Hello everyone and welcome to Nancy's Magic Touch and DIYs. In today's video, I'm taking 3 thrift store items and transform them into absolute beauties. So without any further ado, just grab a nice warm cup of tea and let's get started.
I found this old teapot at the local thrift store and I'm giving it 3 good coats of spray paint. I'm using the matte flat paint in white, and I'm going to let it dry in between each coat. My teapot's nice and dried with the 3 coats, but I have a little bit of wrinkling in the top here, but that's okay. I'm going to leave it as is. I have an idea for that. I found this beautiful napkins in a kitchen store, and I couldn't resist. I love the crow the best. So I'm going to cut a piece of it and I'm going to use it on my teapot. I'm going to cut around the image just to make it easier to work with. I don't want all this extra white on the side. I'm going to cut all the extra white in between the birds. And what I'm going to do is also very carefully cut the birds apart, because the teapot being round, if I leave it as is, it's a little bit harder to work with. But once you put it together and put it on with Mod Podge, you're not going to see the cut. Now that I have everything cut, I'm just going to remove the back of the napkin. I'm using a rag to put underneath my teapot to make it easier to work. And now I'm going to go ahead and place my image on my teapot using a flat Mod Podge. I'm just doing a test to see where I'm going to place my image. When I do this technique, I do just a little bit at a time, so that way you have less wrinkle into your image. And instead of rubbing on top, I mostly tap, and that makes it for a smoother look. Now I'm going to use a design on here too to hide the wrinkle. I'm going to use another piece of the same napkin, but I'm going to use only a part of the little bird in the middle. Now I'm going to use some twine and I'm going to wrap that around the handle just to give it a nice rustic look. I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue to hold it in place. I'm also going to put a little bit around the top. Now I'm going to take a little bit of black paint and a very tiny small paintbrush, and I'm going to put a little trim around the very top of the cover. And here is my teapot all completed. I just love the little design on this teapot. It's unique and something you wouldn't see a lot. I think it turned out very nice, and this is going to be gifted to one of my friends. I found this piece at the local thrift store, and I'm not sure what it is. I'm guessing it might be a base of a lamp. So the first thing I'm going to do is sand the whole piece. My whole piece is sanded and washed. Now I'm going to use my Rust-Oleum chalk paint in white linen, and I am going to give this 2 coats of paint. My piece is nice and dried, and now I'm just going to use a sand block to give it a nice worn out rustic look. I'm going to distress it. I'm going to give this a really good wipe, get rid of all the dust. I have purchased this bowl at the dollar store, and I wasn't going to paint it because I really like the color, but I find it too shiny. So now I decided to go ahead and give it 2 coats of paint. This is nice and dry, and now I'm just gonna do like the other first part. Just give it a nice light sanding to bring a little bit of that brown through. Now again, I'm going to give this a really good wipe, get rid of all the dust. Now I'm going to take my first piece and I'm going to apply some E6000 on the very top, as I'm going to put the bowl on top of this first piece and let it dry overnight. But I am going to turn it upside down to put the weight on the bowl to give it a really nice cure. Now my piece is all glued together and it looks fantastic. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some rope and I'm going to put that right on the very ledge on the top where I glued my bowl. I have these little tags that I got at the dollar store, and I'm going to use one of these to put an accent into this vase. And what I'm going to do is get rid of this rope because it's too short, and I'm going to place it with another rope later. I'm going to take one of this little bird that I had left from the napkin from my previous project, and I'm going to apply that in the very same way onto that little tag. I'm going to use my hair dryer and make this dry quickly, as I don't want it to have to wait too long. Now I'm going to use a little piece of sandpaper and get rid of all the extra piece of the napkin. I'm going to use some white crafts paint. I could have used the same chalk paint as what I use on the bowl, but this is close by and handy, so I am going to put a very light coat of paint on the top of my tag. I want to give it a nice whitewash look. Now I'm going to take a napkin, and it's just wet a little bit, and I'm going to lightly remove some of that paint just from the bird area, just to bring some of that black color back. Now I'm going to use some rope, and I am going to put that tag onto my piece. Now I'm going to cut a piece of this flower foam, and I'm going to apply this into the bowl, and I'm going to hot glue it in place. Now you can fill this bowl with some greenery of your choice, some flowers, whatever color will be suitable for your home. I'm just deciding to use some plain greeneries. And this is the final result. I just love this. This is so simple and fresh looking. I love the farmhouse look. I love the tag. It was just the perfect added touch to this piece just to make it a nice finish. I found this and I love the shape and that it has a hook. It's a perfect little piece for a wall. So I'm just going to give this 2 coats of white chalk paint in white linen and let it dry in between. I ended up giving 3 coats to this piece to hide all the colors. And now I am going to do the same as in with my teapot. I'm going to use one of these napkins and I'm going to cut it out and apply it into the tile in the middle with some Mod Podge. So I'm not going to go through step by step because I've done this in several videos and I think by now you guys know what to do. Now I'm going to apply a full good coat of Mod Podge onto the tile area. Now that this is nice and dry, I'm just going to use a sand block and I'm going to distress the frame area. Now I'm applying a protector. It's a flat chalk paint protector, and I did apply this to all 3 projects. And here is the final result. This is a cute and quick little project to add to my 2 other projects to make kind of a little set.
Well, that's it for this video, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me the thumbs up. I would love to hear all your comments down below. And if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to my channel yet, well, please do that. Until next time, have yourself a great day.